All right, hello, peoples of Azuria 2. Welcome to the vice presidential debate of 2210. Today we are featuring all of the vice president runners for the 2210 election, and we will get started with some quick intros. First off, I will call upon Angelis Verstock, hopefully I'm saying that right, of the Azurian Democratic Defense Front.
Uh, Hello, my fellow Azurians. I am, as you heard, Angelis Verstock. I was a former captain aboard the RNS. Um, Shoot, I'm sorry, guys.
Uh, should we just go to
Yeah,
another person?
move on to someone else.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. And next up, from the Azurian Military Union, we would like to call Giuseppe Sante, Raphael, Franco, Lorenzo, Angelo, Antonio Ferraro.
Hello there. My name is Giuseppe Ferraro, and I am from AMU. I have been on Azuria since the very beginning of the colonization. And after the Civil War, I proudly served in the military until my 40s. I am me and my party are representatives of all those who are veterans and those currently serving. And we hope to basically allow for a economic system that can benefit the people and help them grow, but also make sure that Azuria, who has rightfully gained their independence, always stay independent.
All right. Thank you. And we will now move on to Vladimir Chorny of the Law and Order Compact.
Hello. As you have heard, my name is Vladimir Chorny of the Law and Order Compact. I come to you today bringing one message: stability. Stability at home and abroad is exactly what we need to move forward in these trying times. With the treaty about to expire and stellar expansion a new possibility, all of the other empires throughout the stars are going to be coming for us, and we need to be ready. We need to find friends, we need to find allies, and we need to maintain stability. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And we will now be moving on to our question segment. All right. First question. I want to give this to Giuseppe Ferraro.
Okay.
What is your opinion about the Nazarene faith?
On the Nazarene faith,
Yeah.
honestly, I have no support for it, to be honest. I feel like that we are progressing in a certain amount of time in this era, that as time progresses, that slowly, like as time has shown, that faith is slowly falling behind over past times. I do not seek any hatred to him. I just do not believe it will basically have any more influence as time progresses.
All right. Thank you. And I would like to pass this question on to Analyst Verstock.
Well, I believe that the Nazarenes are quite good citizens of this republic. However, they don't really have a place within the government. As their political party stands now, it is violating the separation of church and state, and as well as New Eden is ruled basically by an authoritarian, which is everything I hate. Uh, as I said, they are good people, they are good citizens, but the faith itself isn't quite in line with the ideals of this republic.
All right. Thank you. And I would like to send off the last response to Vladimir Chorny.
Well, I would like to say that I respect all religions, and I think every single practicing member of the Nazarene faith has their spot within our republic. But I also will say the separation of church and state must be maintained, and an entire political party based around advancing the objectives of a faith quite very much violates the idea of separation of church and state. In addition, it has been mentioned many times, I will continue to mention it, the New Eden is ruled by a dictator. A dictator who claims to use the Nazarene faith and he wields it for power. And that just can't continue. And so I condemn anyone who supports the dictatorship, but I also respect the Nazarenes who do not. That's all.
All right, thank you. And now on to our next question. Um, I got a question in from an average voter. I'm gonna direct this one at Analyst Verstock. What will you do to improve the situation of the Republic technologically?
Well, technologically, to improve the situation of the Republic, we would need to focus on things on our economy, like supporting research within the fields of mineral production, food production, and anything else that involves the production in our economy. And improving economy will trickle down into the coffers of all the citizens within the state.
All right. I'm gonna move to another question. This one just comes in from a average voter. I'm gonna give this one to Vladimir Chorny, and all three of you will have one since it's actually a pretty good one. What are you and your party's stances on foreign affairs?
Well, I think the Foreign Affairs Department is one of the, if not the most critical part of this coming election cycle. Since outer space expansion is about to become a possibility for the first time in quite a long while, every single nation throughout this galaxy is going to be eyeing up planets, eyeing up star systems, and eyeing up resources. We need to claim what we need to claim so that we can expand rapidly and sustain ourselves. But we also must find allies, because we do not know who, but people will want our resources, and so we must find people who are willing to protect us and that we can protect in turn, so that we can cooperate. That's all.
All right, I'm going to sauce the question over to Giuseppe Ferraro.
Thank you very much. I would like to announce that AMU supports the ideas of possibly on foreign policy being able to contact nations for possible trade, so that way we can have the incoming economic flow of credits, minerals, and other valuable resources into our Republican letters as a way to build mutual trust between two different nations. But I also believe that our military should greatly increase as we are very close to the borders of the LV and Din, which is a known territory zone of pirates. And I believe we will not be able to make any actual communication with them because I do not believe they are truly a united being. They're more of a group of confederacies of different pirate groups that have different individual rights among what's independent autonomies amongst one another. So I believe that we'll have to be wary as we continue expansion, but I do fully support us going southwards or northwards. But if we go westwards into the outer rim, we got to be careful, as the Den could possibly compromise the Republic in itself.
All right, thank you. And finally, moving on to Angelos Verstock.
Well, when it comes to foreign relations, I believe we should get closer to other democracies, as they are the ones that hold our ideals. But I also believe that we should completely cut all ties when it comes to authoritarian states. These tyrants oppress the rights of their people, and that cannot be tolerated. And although we lack the military to enforce the rights and will of their people, we can still cut them off from our trade and cut them off diplomatically. I would also like to say on the concept of expansion when it comes to foreign relations, we should try to cooperate a lot better.
Sorry, I accidentally had muted my mic. Uh, I am going to direct us to our next segment, of which candidates will be questioning each other now. I would invite Giuseppe Ferraro to ask the first question.
I would like to ask my fellow analyst Verstock if he supports the idea of increasing the military means of our republic, as we are kind of in an isolated zone of the galaxy, but we still have threats such as the Alvian did. And I wonder if you would be willing to support the buildup of military ships to protect us against certain pirates that may try to harm our civilians.
Oh, I completely agree. We need to completely build our navy up to its logistical limit. It is our defense line. It is how we pressure other nations when it comes to authoritarians. It is basically the strength of the people in physical form.
All right.
All right, I invite Vladimir Chorny to ask the next question.
Well, I would like to ask this question to Castor Bedard of the United Conservative Party.
What? This is the vice presidential debate. I'm not part of this.
Why is your mic
Because I'm the host.
He's the host.
crap? Take
All right. Well, I will invite Angelis Verstock to ask the next question.
I would like to ask Giuseppe this one question. When the Republic is actually able to enforce its will of democracy, would you support the intervention within authoritarian empire?
If the authoritarian empire has shown clear hostilities to our own republic, they will happily say, yes, we should be able to interfere as a measure of protecting ourselves, because if they are targeting somebody that could closely align with us, and the enemy that is the authoritarian government that is trying to attack them has obvious sights on us, then it is only ideal that if we have the military power, we must do a preemptive strike of helping the democratic nation that is being attacked by the same enemy. Because if they go away, then we are the next in line for the authoritarian ambitions.
All right. Now I will invite Vladimir Chorny to ask the final question.
I would like to ask.
Now, please do keep in mind you do not have to ask specifically to one candidate.
Yes, I would like to ask.
Um,
Yes, I would like to ask Giuseppe Ferraro, what he thinks about, the coming stellar expansion in our future.
If you're talking about the stellar expansion of our borders after the Treaty of Tyrian, I completely support the idea of us taking our neighboring stars, as there is a giant void on our side of the galaxy, and that there is many unexplored charters that are ripe for the discovery of Azuria, and that could actually benefit our republic economically, but also scientifically, as there is signs of anomalies in the universe, such as the discovery of the drakes and stuff, which I hope we do not find living, because it could harm whoever discovers the thing. But I do hope that we can find something special that could help us in advance in our possible ways of technological ability in space, such as better plans on physics that could help our ships guide themselves in space at faster rates, or maybe studies on foreign bio worlds that we may not be able to colonize just yet, but possibly find a way for us to adapt ourselves and technology. And that is all I wish to say.
All right, I'm going to pass this question because I think it's probably the best question yet to Vladimir Chorny, the person who asked it. Vladimir?
Oh, sorry, I did not hear that. Could you repeat the question?
I would like to extend the question to you.
Well, I think that rapid expansion is of the utmost importance. Many threats might be coming our way. They might not be coming our way. The key is we don't know. So we must be prepared for anything. There's an old maxim that I like to repeat. If you want peace, you must prepare for war. And I think that this coming stellar expansion will require both physical boundary expansion and military expansion so that we can protect our newfound gains from any hostile powers. That is all.
Sorry. Yes,
I-
and I would like to extend it finally to Analyst Verstock.
Well, I would say that expansion is of the utmost importance. It provides the Republic with so many resources that we cannot imagine. It provides us with an edge diplomatically. It provides us with the resources to expand our navy. Expansion is a complete yes from me. We need to expand.
All right. And I feel that will be the last question. And so we can now move into closing statements. And I would like to conclude with Giuseppe Ferraro.
Thank you, Mr. Host. I would like to say my farewells at this debate, and I would like to remind the voters who support the AMU that we will always forever represent you and will defend our values and make sure those who serve the military or have served the military will always have a fair representation in the government and the benefits that they rightfully deserve for their services as an honorable reward.
All right. And now we will get Analyst Verstock's closing statement.
I would like to say that to anyone who is listening to this, to have a very great day. And I would like to also say that the Azurian Democratic Defense Front is always looking to defend your rights and to always defend your will and make sure it is carried out. And to my fellow candidates here, I would like to wish them the best of luck. They are Azurians too, participating in this democracy, and that is amazing. Good night.
All right. And
Thank-
now, finally, Vladimir Chorny.
Well, to the people who are watching this debate, I have one message for you. Stability. That must be guaranteed. Otherwise, all this expansion, all this protection, all this expanding democracy, that cannot happen if there is not peace at home. So I tell you, vote law and order, vote for peace, vote stability. That is all.
All right. And thank you. That will be tonight's debate. I hope all the viewers at home have enjoyed. And I hope to see all three candidates do well in the vice presidential race. Good night.